Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 121. Today is going to be an interesting day. It's going to be very interesting. Talk about faking it. I will be faking it like you would never believe today. Here's my situation today. I'm just leaving home right now. It is raining outside. It is cold outside. It's in like the low 50s outside. Still a little bit dark outside, although I would have liked to leave a little bit early. But today's deal is I've got multiple meetings that I have to get to, which is nothing unusual, right? Except for the fact that yesterday I broke my monitor on my laptop. So I have 3 meetings today, each of them a half hour. I made sure I put, one of them's 15 minutes, the other 2 are a half hour. I made sure I put another meeting after that one so they can't extend it and say, oh, I just need 10 more minutes. That way, I only use the least amount of time that possible for those meetings, right? So, you got those meetings. I'm traveling. My first stop is 3 hours away. So I'm traveling right now to my first stop in the rain. My laptop screen is broken. People sent me things that they need done on some projects before the meetings with no working screen. I have my cell phone and there's no way I could get it done on my cell phone. So I used my computer at home this morning to do what I could, and whatever's going to take a lot of work, I moved to my queue so that I could work on it tonight when I get home. All right? So what's the big deal, MW? You work on it when you get home. The problem is, I'm dressed up in a suit today. I'm going to have to go to all my casinos dressed in a suit because I'm not going to have enough time to go home and change before my event tonight. So I'm going to go to the casinos dressed in a suit. I'm going to do my meetings in the car with no screen. I'm going to be referring to items that I can't see on my screen. I'm going to have to try to do on my cell phone. I'm going to be on camera holding, well, I guess I could do it on my laptop, on camera, even though I can't see what's on the screen. And off screen, I'll be holding my cell phone to actually be looking at the stuff in the meeting. 3 of them. I'm going to go to a minimum of 4 casinos today. And I have to be back early for my event tonight, of which I'm going to be featured as one of the main people in the event. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but we're going to take it one step at a time. And if you have a big problem or some big thing you have to accomplish, you do it one step at a time and you get it done. So our first step right now is to get to our first casino. We will have the laptop next to me here. On the drive there, we will do our first meeting in the car while we're driving, because it's a meeting that I won't have to talk much. So I think I can get away with driving on that one since it's a short meeting. Probably won't say anything or very little. We'll go to that first stop. Then we'll drive to the second spot. We'll only have half an hour of gambling time before we have our second meeting, which is the big one, which I'm the star of, which I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. Then we're going to go back in the casino, going to finish out our sessions. We're going to go to a third casino and maybe a fourth casino. Then we're going to have another meeting in the car, go into our 5th casino or 4th casino, depending on timing. That meeting will be half an hour long. Then I will rush home, and if everything goes absolutely perfectly, I will be 30 minutes before that meeting. So we'll see. And this event is outside, and it could be raining. So other than that, not much going on this morning. So right now I've got a laminated sheet here with everything I need to know about the event tonight, where I need to go, where I need to park, where I need to stand, what I need to do. So I'll have to learn all that. And like I said, we're going to take it one step at a time. We are going to enjoy the good times. We're going to enjoy the bad times. and we're going to be happy. We're going to have a successful day today and make more money today. So that's what's happening with me right now. What are you doing today? I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. Just an update here. Been driving for a few hours, starting to get close to our first casino, and still raining, and it is getting colder and colder and colder outside as I go on with my trip. And like I said earlier, I've got dress clothes. I'm wearing a suit today, so definitely don't want to get these clothes damaged. The first couple casinos are going to have parking garages, but right now the temperature is in the 40s right now. More rain coming, and hopefully things get better. So yeah, just been doing my thing here in the car that I normally would do, trying to make a little bit of extra money, trying to get my work done with a broken computer screen, and hopefully the day gets better. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and we should be at our next spot in about 45 minutes, our first spot. Alright guys, I want to bring something up that somebody brought up in a group that I'm in, and he said basically that he found a place that would let him spread from 25 to 1,000, and he was so excited about it, and then all of a sudden the graveyard shift half-shoot him. Well, what do you expect? 25 to 1,000 is a 1 to 40 spread. It's almost impossible to be able to get away with that long term. I mean, it's so unreasonable to expect to get away with that long term. If you're at 1 to 8, 1 to 10, more reasonable. If you're at a place that you don't mind burning down because you're never going there again, I understand 1 to 40, but you can't expect that long term. You can play some games like I've talked about before, where you start your bet off, let's say at $50 instead of 25, and then go to 500. It looks like a 1 to 10 when really it's a 1 to 20, because you'll go down to 25 on a negative count. But I mean, I wouldn't expect anyone to let me bet 1 to 40 long term. Even people that I'm extremely friendly with, I mean, they're going to know something is going on. So some things that you can do for cover, obviously be emotional, like Ploppy would be. You talk like a Ploppy. I feel this is going to happen. I need to change the cards. Talk about how much you're losing, even if you're not losing. You go to the table. How's it going today? Oh man, I'm down 700. If I could just get half of it back, I'm ready to go, man. I just can't lose this $700. Stuff like that. I mean, you put yourself in the shoes of someone who doesn't know what they're doing, who doesn't have an advantage, and you have to act that way. That'll get you some longevity, but a 1 to 40 spread is just too high, I feel like. If you want to talk about that some more, you guys can email me, and the person who posted that in the group, obviously we can talk some more as well, but I wanted to just bring that up. It just seems like a really big spread to try to get somewhere long term. Alright guys, I promise I'm getting close to my first spot here, but one thing I just thought of, which I didn't think about before, I was going to get a new laptop Monday from work. I was going to mention it Monday morning when I went in there. What's the problem with that? I see two problems with that. Number one, Monday's a holiday, we don't work. Number two, I'm going to be out of town on my trip and won't be back till Wednesday night. And then Thursday and Friday I'll be traveling. So that's not going to work out. So what do? Do I not have a computer for 2 more days? I think the best thing to do is to go on my trip and to email them and tell them that it's broken and that I'm sick and I'm working from home, and ask them if my wife can bring it in and have them give her a new one for me, and then she could bring it home and I'd be ready to go with the new one. I think that's the best way to go on that. So I think that's what we're going to go with. When I leave Sunday night for my trip, I will leave it with my wife and tell her to go in on Tuesday, and I will call them or email them ahead of time and let them know that she's coming in, and she can take care of that for me. And then by the time I get back Wednesday night, I'll have it and be able to get back to doing my work again. So Yep, that's what's going on right now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and not really much to report here. A little bit better than yesterday's first stop, but not really that much better. Went in there and looked at the usual stuff that I do, and actually found very little. I found one play on a machine I normally don't even play, and I played that one through, and I ended the session ahead $32, but that was it. But I noticed something, and that was, you remember I've talked to you about people walking up to me, girls walking up to me saying nice things and stuff like that. I saw one of them in there, and I've now seen her in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And makes me think that yes, it is some kind of a scam, or it is some kind of prostitution thing going on. So you got to be careful who you're running into and who you're trusting, because you go somewhere with them, they rob you, they kill you, they whatever, and you're in a casino. It's not like you're out on the street where the guy has 20 bucks in his pocket. Odds are, when you're in a casino, someone has a lot of money in their pocket potentially, and that could become a big tragedy. You could lose your life over it. So don't do stupid stuff. But plus 32 there, and I'll be back to update you after my next stop. Alright guys, I am back, just leaving this place. And the plan was to leave here about 15 minutes ago and head over to another place and take a quick lap of their machines before my meeting. But that may not work here because it got held up a little bit. I was on my way out and saw someone playing something that was in range, and decided to wait around and see if anything would happen. At that point, I was up $1 on the machines, and although that one didn't open up, I did find something else while I was waiting for him, and ended the slot session ahead 58. And then I did play Blackjack on a very low limit table, but it was stage 17, so at least we had that. And I bought in for 300 and just had a small 1 to 8 spread on there, which if you're smart with the different colors of the chips, you can make it look real good. Make it look like you're only betting 2 or 3 times your bet, but you've got a green under your red. You've got 3 red, now you've got 2 green and a red, 2 green and 2 red. So you can see, I went from $15 to $60. I had 3 red, which is 15, and now I did 2 green and 2 red, which is 60. It's 4 times as much money, but it looks like the same thing from above. And you can do it in a way, at an angle, if you want to go, if you're at a place where you have to, they have to call out checks played, which is not this place, but you can even put it at an angle where the dealer can't see the green until after they take the money or they have to pay it out. So you can just angle it. It's pretty easy. You can figure it out. You're smart. So anyway, I bought in for 300 at that table. I played there for a while. The Asian lady who was playing there was not pleased with me that I was there, but they'd only played one hand in the shoe, and I kept count. It was a +1 or -1 or something running count. So why wouldn't I sit down? They got a brand new shoe on the only stage 17 table in the place. So I did end up playing that, and then a guy came to the table, and I'm like, okay, this is not as good, but I'm okay still. And then when the shoe ended, when one of the shoes ended, a lady came to the table and she wanted to sit down too, and that was just too much for me. So I ended up leaving that table. And actually, I was around even and had a big hand for my last hand, and it looked pretty miserable. It was a decent count, and I had a 14 against a 10, and I ended up hitting a 21. So I ended up winning that hand, and ended up leaving that table ahead 300. It's a little nibble, we'll take it. Plus 300 on the blackjack, plus 58 on the slots. And we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to be able to get to the next casino, but probably not play before the meeting. And then we'll go in, look at the machines first, and then see if any good tables are available. and go from there. Right now, after this next casino, I need to put the place where my meeting is tonight in the GPS and keep an eye on it and make sure I have at least a 45-minute buffer to make sure that I make it there in time and don't look very bad in front of a lot of important people. So that's what's happening right now. Gonna head to the next casino. Gonna do my meeting, which they've already sent me notes about what they want to talk about. I will not need my laptop for it, which is something I was very worried about. And we'll go from there. So plus 300 on the blackjack, plus 58 on the slots, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I've got 4 minutes till my meeting starts. I was able to run in real quick and take a look around at what machines they had and what was going on in there. I only played one machine and made a couple bucks, so better than nothing, right? So in and out real quick, made $26. And right now we're going to get on this meeting, talk to this guy. He already sent me a list of all the things he wanted to talk about, so we'll get this taken care of real quick and be back on the road making money again. So that's what's going on right now. I'll probably do this meeting and go back in there and see if I see anything else and go from there. So you're all caught up, plus 26, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back and finished up my meeting, went back into the casino. Meeting went great, by the way. Thanks for asking. Went back in the casino and looked around again. Still not much happening. I did find one play. It was $1 per spin. Played that through. It took about 30 spins and ended up leaving that session ahead $55. That's the only play that I found. Went to the high limit blackjack area. It's not open yet. Low limit blackjack area, they're converting some table to some new game, and they've been working on that forever. It's still not done. Went to the carnival games. There's nothing going on over there, so there was nothing else for me to play. So made whatever it was, 55 and 26 at that stop. That's all I could make. So we're gonna move on here. What are we up here? 500 for the day. You know, we could do better. Let's see if we can at least double that. We're gonna move on to another casino, play some more blackjack, and I'll come back to update you. Right now, the weather has gotten a lot better. It's still light rain right now, but the sky is not so dark anymore, so that's improving at least. And we're gonna move on. I already have my GPS set to my meeting, and we have plenty of time right now. So we'll get these next couple casinos in and then look at the time again and see what we need to do. So that's what's going on, and I'll be back to update you. All right, real quick. The girl, there was, at the second casino I went to today, there was a girl there. I'm like, what are you doing here? I know you from somewhere else. She actually is a dealer at a different casino, and she had to travel a little ways, but she was there playing her free play. And she's an Asian lady, and she was just telling me, see, you come in, you play your free play, you go home. See, I'm ahead $70. I'm like, yeah, that is a smart thing to do. If you don't know how to beat them and you've got free play, you come in, you play your free play through one time, and you get the heck out of there and take their money. That's the only chance that you have. But, you know, obviously you don't want to go losing a bunch of money getting the free play. But if you have the free play, get in and out, don't mess around with it too much, and bank the money. So that's what's happening right now. You're all caught up. I'll be back. All right, guys, real quick, before I do this next section here, I'm adding this later on. I mentioned ace 2 and 3, or I meant to say ace 2 and 3 doubles against 5 and 6. And I said it wrong, and I know I'll get an email, so I just want to make sure that you guys understand. It's ace 2 and 3 against 5 or 6 as a double, 4 and 5 against 4, 5, 6. All right, here's this next section and my rant. All right, guys, I am back. Be ready for a rant here in a second, because it's going to be coming. All right, so go into this place, walking around, looking for a blackjack table. There's a bunch of blackjack tables. They actually just put in some new games that that I've never even heard of in this casino, and I see some opportunities to make money already, even though I don't even know what the game is. So you should have an idea of what that means. I walk around looking for blackjack. Low limit, nothing there. High limit, looks like there's one table open. I walk up to the table, and there is $15,000 sitting there in the middle of a hand. I'm going to try to reconstruct this hand for you the best that I can and let you know what's going on, because there was nobody at the table. So what it looks like happened is there was a guy playing $5,000 a hand, playing two hands. First hand, he got an ace-4 against a 2. Ace-4 against a 2. So ace-2 and 3 against 4 and 5, you double. Ace-4 and 5 against 4, 5, 6, you double. Ace-6. No, none of that. There's no double in there, right? So we're at ace-4 against 2. The guy hit it, which is the right move. Now he got a 13. Now, depending on the count, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to worry about that. So he's got a 13 against a 12, and he stays. Okay? So you got $5,000, 13 against a 2. We don't know that it's a 12. And I took a picture, and I don't think it came out very clear, but I don't think I can even salvage it enough to post it, but I can see here what the dealer got. So, okay, that must have been a 6 there. Okay. The second hand, the dealer or the player had 2 8s. Okay? 2 8s against a 2. With 8s, you're always going to split, right? So he split them, so now he's got a total of $15,000 on the table. First 8, he gets a 2. Double down time, right? He doesn't have enough money. He leaves the table, he goes to get money, he only gets 5,000 more. So hopefully he doesn't have to double both of them. He comes back with the 5,000, and he hasn't made a signal yet. And the dealer, before he even put the 5,000 out to double, starts to turn over, and everyone, including the player, sees a 4. So his double down was going to yield him a 14, right? So it was going to yield him a 14, but it never hit the table. He never put the money out. So they said, well, you've seen what it is. Do you want to double, or do you want to hit, or what do you want to do? The guy thinks about it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. What are you thinking about? You're obviously not going to double. You're going to have a 14. Do you really want a $10,000 14 against a 2, which is practically a wild card? The odds of a 2 busting are, if I remember this right from my one episode about bust, what is it called? Not the buster, but the 1-to-1 side bet for if the dealer busts. It's about 30% chance that the dealer is going to bust on a neutral count with a 2. 30%. So do you really want a 14 when 70% of the time the dealer is going to have a 17 to 21? I wouldn't. Thinks about it. He decides to take the double and get the 14. So now he's got a 13 against a 2 for 5,000, and he's got a 14 against a 2 for 10,000 more, right? Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Second hand, or the third hand, he had an 8, right? Because he split 8s. He gets a 4, so he has a 12. Thinks about it, thinks about it, thinks about it. He's like, see, I shouldn't have doubled that one. I should double this one. Huh? Okay. So he ends up hitting it. Gets an 8. He has a 20. So he has a 20 and a what was it? 13 and a 14. The dealer has a 2 up and turns over a 2. Has to be a 2. I can't see it, but it has to be a 2. I thought they ended up, let me see, what could have been? No, it was a 3. So a 2 and a 3. And he said, would you mind just do it real slow? They're like, okay. So they wait like 5 seconds. They flip over the next card. He's got 20,000 out there. And it's an ace. So I'm like, you're screwed, dude. You've got a 2-3 ace for a soft 16. And then they turn over another 2, a 2 of clubs to be exact, for an 18. He wins the 20 hand, so he's up 5,000 there. He loses the 14 hand, so he loses 10,000 there, so now he's down 5. And he loses the last hand, which was the 13 original hand, so he lost 10,000 net on that hand. Now, what should have happened, and what's always happened, and what happened to me last week, I think, when that one dealer had no clue how to deal, if you remember, and he screwed up pretty much every hand, is they'll see what the outcome is, and if you don't win, they'll push the hand. That's usually what reasonable, good people do who want to keep their customers. But part of it was his stupidity. If he had just hit that, then he would have only lost 5,000 instead of 10,000 on the hand. But in my opinion, because they didn't burn that, they should have burned it, because they say we can't back up a card, and the card was already seen, so technically it should have been burned. What would have happened? So let's go back to that hand there. He had a 10. He would have had an 8 for an 18 on that one. So he had a 13 and an 18, and the dealer we know now had a 5 total, right? And no, it wasn't that. He would have gotten the 4, so he still would have gotten a 14. And the next hand, he would have had 2 8s again. Oh, holy moly. 2 8s again. He would have had to go get another 5,000. He would have split them. And the first one, he would have gotten a 10, an ace, which means he'd have a 19. And the second one, he'd have a 2, which means he'd have a 10 and have to double again. So if he had done it if they had done it the right way, he would have had a 13 for 5,000, a 14 for 5,000, a 19 for 5,000, and a 10 with a double down pending for another 10,000. I think they totally screwed this guy, and I mean, the guy's an idiot. He's a total idiot for playing it this way. It's unforgivable what they did, but it's unforgivable his stupidity, that he must not care about his money at all. So I do blame the casino, but I also blame the guy. And if it was me, it would have played out totally different. I would have paused it right there on that 14, and I would have gotten everybody in management over there, including gaming, to say that 4 needs to have been burned. Then I would have gotten another 4, and it would look like I was stupid anyway, but then it would have turned out totally different in the end, as we know what the cards are that were coming up. But he did the wrong thing, they did the wrong thing. Anyway, that's that rant. So, you might want to ask, so we weren't really listening to see how that guy did, we were listening to see how you did. So, how did you do? And the answer, not too hot. Not too hot, because I couldn't find anything to play. I couldn't play that blackjack table. All the outside blackjack tables, no way. Came back a second time, came back a third time, came back a fourth time. Ended up just playing a slot and ended up clearing a profit of $36. So I made $36 more, so we're up like $550 for the day, which really is not good at all for everything that we've done, all the traveling that we've done. But what are you going to do? So right now, I'm on a tight schedule. What I need to do is run into this grocery store. I'm going to pick up something to eat, vegetables most likely, and I'm going to run back to the car, and then we're going to move on to the next casino. And we have a schedule to get there on time, because I do have a meeting starting. So I'm going to have 8 minutes in this place to be able to make it to the casino on time for a meeting, and that meeting will be half an hour long. Hopefully it'll be canceled. Let me see, has it been canceled? Not yet. Hopefully it'll get canceled. But in case it doesn't, we got to run in and out, get our food, and get back to the car. Plus $36. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I am just sitting in the parking lot here. I have some extra time. Once I finished up my meeting, which actually was pretty quick, it was only like 5 or 7 minutes. I went into this casino, looked around, and the only play that's in there is a almost play. It's almost there. It's at $40 a spin, and that's way too much for a maybe. So I did find one other small play and played that and ended the session. It had $47, but I'm not leaving yet. I did get a message from someone at work saying they needed to talk to me as soon as possible. I said, okay, let's talk. I sat in the car, and she said, well, I need 10 minutes. I'm talking to someone else right now. So I'm waiting for her to finish that up so I can talk to her, so I can get back in there and try again and hopefully find something better before I head out for my meeting, so my event tonight. So, yeah, it's pretty busy in there. I guess there's a gift it's going to be given out, but if I wait around for that, it doesn't even say what the gift is. But if I wait around for that, that'll cut my window down to 15 minutes. Be pretty rough, but who knows? I may do it. You know how crazy I am. Actually, you know what? I've got the map set to go to my house instead of to the event because my house is further away than the event. So let's see here. Let's put in exactly where the event is. And let's see if I have any time. I should probably be okay. Let's see. I think I don't have very good internet right now, to tell you the truth. I'm right in the middle of this parking garage, and they were having trouble hearing me on the call. Yeah, it looks like I'm having a little bit of difficulty. I may wait around. Okay, here we go. Let's see if it doesn't tell you where I am. Finding the best route. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. Yeah, it's taking forever. But yeah, I may wait around for that and then hustle out of here. We'll see. But as for right now, yeah, I can make it, actually. Okay, we'll wait around and see what this gift is. Hopefully there's not a long line, and hopefully we make some money while we're waiting for it. So that's what's going on. Plus 47. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So here's what happened. I was looking at the laptop, and I moved the monitor just a little bit, and it went out completely, so I can't use it anymore. So having it tomorrow is not going to be possible. I'm going to have to make it look like I have it tomorrow when I don't. So somehow that's going to have to happen. I was able to contact one of our support people that takes care of hardware, and I told him that I was having trouble with the monitor and blah blah blah, all that stuff that was going on, and he said no problem. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to finish this event first, obviously, and then I am going to the office to I'm a little lost here. I'm going to go to the office. I'm going to leave the laptop on my desk in the office, and then I'm going to plug it into my monitors to make sure that everything is working properly, and I'm going to make sure it's backed up to the cloud, and then I am going to leave it there, and in the morning the guy is going to take it, and he is going to get a new laptop for me, move all my information over to the new laptop, and then I can pick that up tomorrow evening. He'll leave it on my desk. Now, there is some work that I have to do, and I can't do it now. So what I'm going to do is wait for this event to be over. Then I'm going to go to the office, back it up, do the work, go home. Everything will be done for tomorrow, and then I'll just have to deal with tomorrow and figuring out what I'm going to do to make it look like I'm actually working tomorrow, even though I'm not going to be able to. I'll have to do everything with my phone and somehow make it look like I'm at my desk. I was actually considering, I do have a laptop at home that I'm not using. It's an older one. I could download Teams onto that one, put the mouse jiggler on that one, and have that one running in the car. I don't have to worry about Outlook on it because I can do that on my phone, but at least I'll look active the whole day, and and worst case, I can click links and get into stuff that I need to. So we'll see. Anyway, let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? I actually just ate. It is 6 p.m. right now. Just ate. Earlier I had some vegetables, but now I went to Wendy's and they had the quarter-pound single on sale, 2 for $7. Got it with no bun, add bacon, and extra lettuce so I can hold it. It was delicious. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to give it a jack on a scale of 2 through ace. It was that good. And what did you tip today, MW? I had a couple blackjack sessions today, I believe, 1 or 2, I don't know, and made a little bit of money today, like $600 or so, and I tipped a total of $0. So $0 tipped, and everything is good. I'm gonna go to this event. It is outside. It looks like it could rain, hopefully not. And then going to head to the office, take care of all that business, and be back with you tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.